But in the current government, there are multiple cabals, you know, and that I think has its plus and minus in the sense.
So there's a possibility that a president may not know what is happening in the country for 3 days.
Of course.
Because everything is teleguided.
Even the channels he watches. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Everything is
teleguided, is being managed in a way that those who are around him. And that's why the name of Tunde Sabiu, for example, came up as his level of education, his experience, those who, they say, controlled what went on, who saw the president, what kind of... in fact, the daughter of the president wrote, who somewhat is... what's it called?
Auditor.
Yeah, and went and discovered that some of the signatures of the president in documents were forged.
That's correct.
And that's how powerful some of the people around the president. So it's not the fault of some of these presidents sometimes. It could be the fault of those who are managing them, is it?
That is true. I mean, the thing is, you know, president will always have people around him, you know, but you need to put systems in place to avoid state capture or presidential capture, as if for want of a better word. Because, for example, the current government have, from what I can see, at least 5 cabals.
Within the presidency?
Yes. And the interesting thing about one of the cabals actually is headed by the president himself, based on my own analysis. You know, because if you're looking at the word cabal are people who are proximity to power and who have the ability to influence policy and decisions. You know, so we have so in this current administration you have at least 5 groups, all fighting.
Who are these groups?
Okay, if you're talking about the 5 cabal, number 1, there is the chief of staff group.
That's Femi.
Yes, and by that I mean not just him, people who are in close circle.
In that, yeah.
You had Wike to that. Yeah. You had NSA to that, and you know people who are in the circle. That's one. Number 2, you have the Tinubu's, you know, pathway. That's another.
The boy is that powerful.
Oh yes, and also people he helped to put in government. So that forms another group. The 3rd group, of course, is the first lady. You can't rule that out. You know, she has her own team. You know, the 4th group is a group of the young Turks around the president, the principal private secretary, the AO, you know, the CSO, those ones that control access. You know, those ones, you know, that they form their own cabal. And then the 5th cabal, which the president head himself, actually are what I call the geriatrics. There are quite a few old people that have influence on the
that he listens to.
That he listens to. So
some of them, I understand, some of them are even complaining that I've not seen him in a long time. They are not allowing us to see him.
No, what you see there is a conflict of cabal. You know, part of the danger of having multiple cabals like that is decision making is slower. Because once one cabal pushes a decision, the others fight against it. And then, you know, it takes a while for the man to make a decision. And there's a problem.
Whoever gets to the president first, and when he hears the story and take action, probably will get the upper hand.
I think that's a problem generally with old people, generally. You know, I mean, for those of us who have old people in the family, the first person to report tends to be the innocent party. You know, so that's what